fixing shit and making weapons and stuff.
Alexa, stop.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Good.
Did I leave the stove on?
The sequel we've always wanted.
I mean, technically, yeah, people did want this.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked it came out 4 years. I always thought like it came out like in 2000 or 2001. But then I was like, oh, it came out in 2002. Hey, wait, 4 years to make a Blade movie again? I guess the success of X-Men basically was what had him be like, oh yeah, we can make another one. I noticed your favorite director was at the helm of this one. Mr. Del Toro.
We're not going to talk about that.
Well, no, that's one of the positives I'm giving it. Because when it comes to like Blade and Blade 2, Blade 2 I can visually remember more.
Yeah.
Blade 2 definitely stands out in its own visual way. The colors are like what you'd see in a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Like overbearing, like solid yellow light and blue lights. The title sequence previously on Blade.
Yeah, that pisses me off. It pulled a Resident Evil.
Why are you going? If you went to go see Blade 2 when you had 4 years to watch the first one, why is it recapping? You had 4 years to watch the first one. As silly as it is, I was entertained by the over-the-top action. I'll get more into it in a little bit, but it is entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Maybe not for the right reasons, but it is entertaining.
Yeah, you're not bored with this movie, and yeah, it's very over the top. It's not as over the top as the first movie, like one of your favorite scenes with the whole little 360 boomerang thing.
Oh, you want to talk about that? This movie is like almost enjoyably stupid. Is how I would put it. Yeah. And like one thing that I'd pinpoint out, like in the last movie where he throws the thing around and it chops all those vampires up and then gives himself a little like, yeah. Mm-hmm. This movie amped it up by him drifting, parking right next to his car, looking in the mirror and blowing himself a kiss in the side mirror. The last fight isn't bad until they start going into like the CGI kind of stuff. When it's just Blade and like he's fighting people like sword fighting and like it's in camera, mm-hmm. It's actually really good fighting.
Yeah.
But one thing, the biggest takeaway is the dated CGI. That shit, like half the time when they're fighting, it looks like I'm watching The Incredibles.
You're talking about like when him and Nisa are having that
yes
fight, the rubber human,
the rubber humans without gravity attached. And then
that's bad.
And you mix in like bad CGI like that, and then you mix in really awkward wired foo. They first infiltrate like Blade's like little hideout, and like the lights turn off, and he's like, "Oh," Blade's like, "I'll take care of this," and he turns away and he starts walking, and it cuts back to Daryl Dixon and Chris Christopherson, and you just see Blade in the background. It's supposed to be him jumping to the upper level, but it just looks like he's floating, just. It's stupid, but again, like it's stylized. The first fight scene in the movie where like he's chasing people and shooting down the vampires with silver bullets on the motorcycle and all that shit. The deaths are pretty cool, but like the CGI just isn't very up to date.
Yeah, it's dated as hell.
But I can't say I wasn't like I said, I can't say I'm not entertained when watching this. Mm-hmm. It's just really fucking stupid. I find this villain way more threatening than Steven Dorff.
Is it because he can actually hurt Blade?
It's just how the character is. Like, Steven Dorff as a character, and like, but I don't picture him as Blade's enemy. He's not a very threatening looking person. He's not a very threatening sounding person. But this guy, this Reaper vampire thing, they actually seem like, okay, this is like a legit threat, and there's a bunch of them, and this guy looks threatening. How do you feel about the UV bomb, by the way? That's one of like those really stupid comic book things that I'm kind of okay with.
I'm alright with it just because, I mean, like...
It looked cool.
Yeah, it looked cool, and we're in a comic book setting, so I'm more forgiving.
If the UV bomb was in the first movie, I don't think it'd work.
Yeah.
I think it works in Blade 2 because up to that point, you saw some stupid shit already. You're already willing to accept the dumbness.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know how much credit I can give a movie to be like, you're so dumb, I'm okay with this stupid shit. Did you notice, like, there's Powerpuff Girls playing, like, anytime there's, like, a TV?
Yeah, okay, so I don't know if they were like, you know, name a weird show that you like to watch, and he was like, oh, I like Powerpuff Girls.
I like Powerpuff Girls, man.
Or if they were like, had some kind of weird deal with, like, Cartoon Network. I don't know.
Now, I had a feeling there was, like, maybe it's foreshadowing. Like, maybe if you watch the footage, it kind of makes...
No, it's not.
But not really.
I like that, kind of giving characters weird quirks like that.
If you're going to give, like, a character, like, a really unnecessary quirk, at least it's not in the front. You just kind of notice it.
Yeah.
I can't remember anyone's name.
I know Nisa was the chick Blade fell in love with in, like, 2 minutes. I know Priest, he was the first one to die.
I forgot his name. I forgot Ron Perlman's name. I remember Scud. I don't remember Nisa's dad's name.
Lighthammer is the big guy with the
Hammer.
No, my biggest problem with Blade 2 is that Blade knew everything.
Yeah!
He knew about Scud.
Oh, hold on. Spoilers.
Whoops! So Blade knew about Scud. He knew about...
The dud bomb.
Yeah, he knew about the bomb.
That's in my notes. The dud bomb reveal. He was like...
I'm sorry, man. Big. You're wasting your time, man. Bomb's a dud.
Blade's like...
It's not a dud.
Oh, great.
Then why the fuck did it not go off? If you knew he was going behind your back the whole time, why did you let him get that far into it?
Mm-hmm. He also knew about that Nisa and Reaper dude were related, because he was like, oh, well, he didn't attack you.
Yeah, like, why
I was like, what? Blade!
Yeah, like, he
Do
drops
something.
it right after that. He runs him off. He's like, why didn't you say anything about them being here? And she's like, I had no idea. He's like, then why didn't he hurt you? And then they don't even talk about it after that. Like, okay, are we not gonna drop that legit question you just asked?
Yeah, it's like, Blade, if you knew something was going on, why didn't you just, you know...
Like, that's the time to say something.
Your bullshit.
Yeah, that's the time to say something. So I guess Blade, as a vampire, has none of the weaknesses. Except, like, the thirst for blood, basically. And Blade's kryptonite is fucking tasers.
Yeah! I was just gonna bring that up!
He'll kick a shit ton of people's asses, and then he'll be like, alright. And then the bad guy will be like, Gzz, taser.
Yeah.
I like how the plot always revolves around Blade's blood.
Yeah.
It's always what the bad guy wants. That's why that's why they make the excuse like, well, they couldn't have killed Blade here if they wanted to because they need his blood. I mean, do you need someone to be alive to take their blood?
I don't realize, like, why vampires just don't try to get, like, pregnant women. Yeah, because they know Blade's story.
Yeah.
So, like, why don't you
Instead of just hunting him and getting your people killed all the time, just do it yourself.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't that be easier?
It would be much easier.
Okay, so one more thing. Do you think Whistler should have turned?
I don't think Whistler should have come back. Period.
Me too. I felt like they kind of just dropped the ball on it because Blade was like, hey, those blinds are coming up, whether you're cured or not. And then so he's cured. He's up and ready to go. Still has that bum leg for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I mean, he mentions it.
Yeah, I was like, that didn't heal?
Yeah, he's like, they could have at least fixed my leg. I'm like,
why isn't it fixed?
Yeah.
You have a healing factor, you're a vampire.
Yeah. It's not the worst movie I've seen.
No. So, okay, final thoughts? Definitely not as good as the first one.
Yeah. Slightly entertaining.
Stupidly entertaining.
Yeah, it's just...
Not a good movie. It's definitely not a good movie.
Would I watch it again? Yes, if it was on TV. Like, FX is...
If I had nothing else.
Like, FX has the movies. I'd watch it.
For me, Blade 2 is like... I would watch it. I don't think it's a good movie. I think it's a bad movie. Blade 2 is a bad movie. But if someone said, I like Blade 2, I would completely understand why.
That makes sense.
It's a very understandable guilty pleasure. So what are we giving it? Yeah.
I can't give it a thumbs down because...
I understand someone likes it.
Yeah.
I can't say like, oh, this is like the worst movie, because it's not.
It's not even the worst Marvel movie.
No. Because I'm looking at Trinity over there. So, we'll get to that piece of shit next time.
Bye!